Okay, let's focus on Morels now. So, like I said, this is the very tail end of the season. Although there is one special part of the season that I've only experienced once, and that was when giant morels came out, and um, that was unreal. These morel mushrooms were literally the size of softballs, and they were laying in the grass just because they're so top heavy. They would just fall right over on their sides, and just huge. Um, and the conditions in that particular year, we had gotten a lot of rain. There'd been a lot of snow in the winter, and got a lot of rain, and then we got hammered with some heat. It's like in the 90s and muggy. But it was also later in the year. Usually Memorial Day weekend is the cutoff on the morel season, and this was this was like a couple weeks after that. And my dad, who lives in Florida, came up for the summer to visit friends and whatnot here in town where he um, spent most of his life. So we got together, and I wanted him to experience morel hunting. I don't think he's ever done it or specifically target them or anything like that. So we just went out on a whim, and I said, I think it's done. And it was miserable. It was hot and muggy and miserable. Mosquitoes, thick mosquitoes. And we hammered them. It was crazy. So that's a memory I'll always have. Um, I don't think I'm going to experience that year. Who knows? This year, maybe I will. Uh, if we get some warm weather here pretty quick, I might just take one more trip. Ugh. out out to the mushroom woods just to check, because you never know. So the plan for tomorrow. Uh, People ask me at work. They're like, when I came in on Monday, they're like, because the Jeep was just covered in mud from top to bottom. Oh, you had some fun this weekend, huh? I'm like, yeah, I went mushroom hunting, and there's some pretty good sippy holes in there. And what was it? Yesterday, the one guy asked me, he goes, "Well, are you ever going to wash your Jeep?" I says, "No, I'm going back out there again on Saturday tomorrow. So uh, why spend 8 hours? It takes me 8 hours to clean that Jeep." Yeah, yeah, laying on my back underneath, because it's like a show truck. I built it. It's all brand new stuff on it, and it's like a show truck. So when I wash it, I detail it too. So I'm laying on my back underneath with a brush and toothbrush and stuff, and getting in around the shocks and the springs, and yeah, it's not an easy job. Do the undercarriage. So I'll just hold off on that until after tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm just going to go back out there. I'm going to hit the valleys, because I got this one big tree out there that really should produce. If it doesn't, there's something funny. So I'm going to check that one. There's a couple others in that area that have always popped up, one or two or three. And then I'm going to go back by where I found the big ones last weekend. I'm going to check a couple more trees in there. And then I'm going to climb Big Steepy, only one section of it, where the big monster trees are. There's some trees up there that they came through these woods and they logged it like 4 years ago. And they come in with those feller bunchers, which if you've never seen one of those run, that's I would love to drive one of those. Oh wow, they grab the tree and then there's a big chainsaw blade that cuts the tree off. Now the machine's holding the whole tree up, and it flips it sideways, horizontal, and then it runs it through a shredder to pull all the bark and all the branches off the tree. And then it's in the grappling hook, and then they just stack it in a pile. It's wow. Boing. So anyway, they came in with the feller buncher, and this hill was so steep they couldn't get to these trees from the bottom or from the top. They couldn't extend their arm far enough to get the trees. So these monsters are still standing there. So I'll climb a little bit of Big Steepy tomorrow just to check those guys. But I'm going to concentrate on the valleys, and I'm going to concentrate on my hill. There's another section in there that's up on a hill. I'm gonna go up and poke around there, and then that's it. I'm done. So then I'm gonna come home and work on the cabin here some more. I've got an issue going on in this cabin. I've got sewer gas coming in. So somewhere under the trailer, there's a pipe that's broke. And I had the owner of the park come in here, and he crawled underneath there to see if the connection from the trailer to the main sewer connection was cracked or broke or something. He said that all checks out fine. So whatever it is, it's in the floor. And it happened after I redid the bathroom. So I'm wondering if I didn't put some stress on the sewer pipe, on the drain pipe coming from that tub that I put in, when I actually bent it up so that it would, conform to the elevated tub. I'm wondering if I didn't put some stress on that and crack it. The only way to check that is to either come from the underside of the trailer and rip all the insulation out so I can see the pipes, or it's in the area that the odor is the strongest by the furnace. And no, it's not natural gas, because I know the difference. I work with natural gas, so I know. So the other option is the furnace room is going to get redone anyway, because the floor is all rotted in there, because the chimney for the furnace leaked for however many years and rotted the floor. So now that it's summer, I don't need the furnace, so I might rip the furnace out of there, tear up the floor, and then see if I can get to this sewer pipe from that angle. The lateral should be running, by golly, it should be running like darn near right underneath that furnace. So yeah, big job. But the furnace room needs to be redone anyway. And the bucket list is to get a new furnace before next winter. So mushroom hunting will be in the morning. I might get lucky and even find some oyster mushrooms, because these temperature extremes. So we had all this rain, and it was hot and muggy before that, and now we're in the 50s and 60s. So wild extremes in temperatures like that will trigger certain mushrooms to flush and produce mushrooms. So I might find a big old clump of oysters hanging off the side of a tree or something, so that would be a bonus. So yeah, it's just going to be a short little trip. Get out there and stomp around and check my usual spots. I'm not gonna check out any new spots. I fall into the same trap every year. I always tell myself, oh, I should look for new spots. I should look for new spots. And then I always hit my usual spots, and then I'm done. I never, whatever. I'm not hardcore, I guess. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. It's Memorial Day weekend. Got no plans now. I thought I had plans for Sunday, but yeah, she's got plans with somebody else. So I'll be spending the whole weekend working on this, and Monday I got to work. So, kind of some good news, I guess. Um, they gave me a 5% raise. Yeah, to get me up to industry standards, I guess. So that'll be a big influx of income, which will come in real handy. My goal here, now that I'm on my own, is to become debt free as fast as I can. Um, so that's my mission. So that will help in that regard. And then they have us working Monday, so that's at time and a half because we're working a holiday. So yeah, I should get some decent checks. Um, Not big enough to take some woman to some fancy restaurant at 150 a plate, but yeah, life's not about that, you know. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I guess the next time I check in with you, I'll be out in the mushroom woods, and we always stop at that first tree. Okay, that tree that I stopped at the last time. That's the first tree on the milk run. There's a milk run. Go to that one, then we go to the top of the hill. Nothing happened on the top of the hill. Then we come down the hill. We go around the big steepy, and we go up a ways, and we park, and then we come down and we hit big steepy. So we'll hit the milk run tomorrow, and that's when I'll see you next. So stay tuned.